Dear Harry, it was an honor hosting you in Ukraine.
Happy birthday, Harry. Thank you for being such a friend for Ukraine.
Хочу подякувати тобі за Invictus і хочу подякувати тебе за все, що ти робиш для України. Thank you for service.
I saw your face when we were meeting veterans. I saw your emotions when we visited the memorial. I know how deeply you feel for the veterans. Thank you for doing this and happy birthday.
Waiting for you here anytime.
Вітаю, Гаррі, тебе з днем народження. Дякую за підтримку наших суперлюдей та дуже мріємо, щоб Invictus Game був в Україні.
Just want to wish you a happy birthday. Just want to have a quick update on me as well. I've now got a leg, and I'm working on getting an arm, and I also have a job at Superhumans.
Thank you for believing us.
Happy birthday, Prince Harry. Happy birthday to you.
Wow! Wow, Ukraine veterans wish Prince Harry a happy birthday. Thank you for being such a friend for Ukraine. It was an honor hosting you in Ukraine. Wow! Wow! The day began with a roar of emotion and celebration. Across continents, across time zones, across the endless stretch of human connection, one name rose like a hymn into the skies. Prince Harry. The Duke of Sussex, the red-haired soldier prince who has lived through war, who has embraced peace, who has fought his battles both on the battlefield and within his heart, was celebrated on his birthday in a way that history will not forget. It was not only the well-wishes from family, fans, or global admirers that made the day historic. It was the voices of Ukraine's veterans, warriors who have walked through fire and thunder, who have given their blood and their bodies for freedom, who paused in their struggle to honor Harry with words that carried the weight of eternity. Thank you for being such a friend for Ukraine, they said. Words stripped of excess, words burning with sincerity. No pomp, no ceremony, only truth. And then, with equal warmth, came the second tribute. It was an honor hosting you in Ukraine. 2 sentences, 2 gifts of gratitude, 2 statements that transformed this birthday from a private milestone into a global beacon of solidarity. For the veterans of Ukraine, this was no ordinary birthday greeting. This was testimony. Testimony of respect, testimony of friendship, testimony of the kind of bond that only soldiers, only those who have felt the bite of war, can truly understand. Prince Harry, the soldier who served 2 tours in Afghanistan, the founder of the Invictus Games, the man who has carried his scars openly and turned them into service, has become more than a royal. To them, he is a brother. To them, he is proof that compassion is not bound by geography, title, or politics. When they said, "It was an honor hosting you in Ukraine," they meant far more than hospitality. They meant that in his presence they felt seen. They meant that his visit was not a ceremonial duty, but a gesture of solidarity. They meant that Harry walked into their world not as a distant royal, but as a fellow veteran who understood. And so, on his birthday, their gratitude poured forth. The world listened. The world echoed. The world amplified. From the streets of London to the battle-scarred avenues of Kiev, from the sun-kissed hills of California to the windswept plains where soldiers stand guard, the message rippled outward. Harry is loved. Harry is respected. Harry is celebrated. His birthday has always drawn attention. The son of Princess Diana, the boy the world watched grieve, the young man who became a soldier, the prince who became a husband and father. Yet this birthday transcended all the rest. For when veterans, men and women hardened by war and tempered by sacrifice, send their love to a single man, the world must pause to ask, what has he done to earn such affection? The answer is written across his life. He has been a soldier. He has been a servant. He has been a voice for those who have none. Ukraine's veterans know this. They know the sting of isolation, the silent battle after the battlefield, the need for dignity beyond the uniform. They know what it is to be wounded, not only in body, but in spirit. And they know that Harry, through his Invictus Games, has built a home where they can rise again, where their strength is honored, where their courage is celebrated. Thus, when they say thank you for being such a friend for Ukraine, it is not a line for cameras. It is a lifeline thrown across borders. It is gratitude born from nights in pain, from days of struggle, from the knowledge that somewhere out there, a prince who has no throne in their land has still fought for their dignity. Wow, wow. Indeed, for the sound of their voices resounds louder than the cannons, louder than the critics, louder than the endless storm of headlines. It is the sound of authenticity, and authenticity always pierces through the noise. On this birthday, Prince Harry stands not only as the Duke of Sussex, but as a global citizen of compassion. And Ukraine's veterans, who know better than most what brotherhood means, have crowned him not with jewels, but with honour. The day rolls on, and with each passing hour, more tributes pour in, but none shine brighter than those given by Ukraine's veterans. These men and women who have stood on the front lines of freedom know the rare value of a true friend. And in Prince Harry, they see a man who has walked a path similar to theirs, who has felt the heaviness of armour, who has seen comrades fall, and who has chosen, long after leaving the battlefield, to continue serving those who served. Their words, "Thank you for being such a friend for Ukraine," are not political, not performative, not scripted. They are heartfelt. They carry the salt of tears shed in quiet moments, the weight of burdens carried in silence, and the strength of gratitude that refuses to be silenced. The veterans of Ukraine are not in the business of empty words. When they speak with the clarity of those who know the cost of life. And in their voices, one hears not only appreciation for Harry's support, but also a recognition of shared sacrifice. Prince Harry has always bridged worlds. Born into royalty, yet shaped by service, he has never allowed his identity to be confined to palaces or ceremonies. His choice to serve in Afghanistan was more than duty, it was destiny. And from that destiny has sprung a lifetime of empathy for veterans across the globe. Ukraine, scarred by recent conflicts and still facing an uncertain tomorrow, has found in Harry not just an advocate, but a brother in arms. When they say, "It was an honour hosting you in Ukraine," they recall more than just a visit. They recall his presence, not as a distant dignitary, but as a man willing to listen, willing to understand, willing to honour their experiences without filter or agenda. Hosting him was an honour, because it was a rare reminder that their sacrifices are not invisible. In Harry's eyes, they saw recognition. In his words, they felt validation. In his silence, they sensed respect. And so, his birthday becomes their moment too. Their tribute is not only about marking the passage of another year in his life, it is about testifying to the impact of his journey. They know the Invictus Games because they have competed. They know his advocacy because it has touched them. They know his story because it mirrors parts of their own. For veterans, birthdays are not frivolous. They are reminders of survival. And to celebrate Harry is to celebrate survival, resilience, and purpose. Wow, wow. Indeed, because the power of this exchange between a prince and the veterans of Ukraine reminds the world that compassion can cross borders, that solidarity can transcend politics, that humanity can shine even in the shadows of war. The veterans' gratitude paints Harry not as a figure of the past, but as a leader of the present. They are not remembering him for titles lost or positions abandoned. They are honouring him for the life he chose, the causes he elevated, and the people he never forgot. In a world eager to divide, Harry has united. In a world quick to dismiss, Harry has embraced. His birthday now belongs not only to his family, not only to his admirers, but to Ukraine's veterans, who have claimed it with their words of honour. Their message will echo for years, perhaps decades, reminding all that Prince Harry's legacy is not confined to palatial walls, but carved into the hearts of those who have lived through fire. The day feels like a wave, each tribute another ripple that swells into a tide of admiration. The veterans' words stand as pillars within this tide, unshakable and immortal. And the world, in hearing them, cannot help but repeat, "Wow, wow." For what greater birthday gift can a man receive than the gratitude of those who know the meaning of sacrifice? To all my curious Sussex family, thank you all for watching, and do not forget to subscribe, like and put a comment. Bye bye, see you then in our next episode.